Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we will be having a conversation class about current events. The purpose of this current events conversation class is to practice use of structures to discuss probability and possibility. We're going to talk about various current events in the world, and our focus is going to be on constructing sentences to give our opinion, to express our opinion about what the possibility is of something specific happening. For example, in the United States, there's a presidential election coming up. It's still kind of early, but that's one thing we'll discuss. Who do you think will end up being the president? A Republican, a Democrat, or any specific person? Hillary? Jeb? Also, in case you're not as informed about these world events, we'll talk about local events. So students will have an opportunity to bring up a local, be it city, state, province, or their country, controversy or current event, and briefly describe it, practice a little description, and then give your opinion as to what do you think the outcome of this controversy will be. So possible topics are pretty much endless because there are pretty much endless controversies in the world. We'll just see where the conversation takes us. So come join me for an interesting opportunity to share your opinions about current events. I have a few ideas we can discuss, and then I'm curious about hearing you, the students, your stories about controversies and changes in your own countries and cities. Okay, hello, Heidi. Welcome to the class. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are things today? How's the weather there?
Weather is very good, very comfortable.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And air is dry, even though it's temperatures are quite high, but its air is dry, so it's very good.
Oh, yeah, dry air. That sounds great. Yeah, where I am, as you know, it's the rainy season, monsoon season, and it's wet, damp all the time.
Yesterday it was very bad. Many places had a strong wind, and then the houses are collapsed.
Really?
Like
Why?
a small tornado or something happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A typhoon, 13th typhoon, once it passed close to Japan, then disappeared. It returned to Japan.
A return engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm not done yet. Okay. Philippines has been lucky so far this year. Very lucky. They keep going north. Taiwan and China keeps getting them, and Japan. But I predict, here we go, and this is the point of the class. We're going to make some predictions and practice prediction structure. But I predict that there's no way that the Philippines will get through the year without getting at least one Category 4 or Category 5 typhoon. I just don't think it's possible. Okay, well, there you go, those types of sentences. I think there's another way we say it, I think there's a 90% chance that we're going to have a typhoon in the next 3 months hit the Philippines. My guess is, here's another possible structure. My guess is, since all the typhoons are going north, is that the northern island, the more northerly part of the Philippines, will probably be the area that gets hit. That's my guess. Another structure. My guess is. Okay, well, there you go. Thanks for the opportunity to demonstrate what we're trying to do today. Carolina is also with us. Hey there, Carolina.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Okay. We're going to talk about current events. We'll talk about maybe one or two generally world events. But then I'm really interested in hearing about controversial things that are happening in your country. So start thinking about that. I would like to start off with, and I don't know to what degree you follow American politics, maybe not at all, maybe just a little bit. But I want to start off with that hot topic in the United States right now, which is the presidential election campaign, which is going on right now. Heidi, do you know anything about the United States presidential election campaign?
Yes. Now Donald Trump is very popular.
I don't know what to say about that, but yes, you're absolutely correct.
He can
Very.
say anything free.
It certainly appears that he can say anything. Yes, I agree with that statement. Absolutely anything. You know, I might say, okay, here's an expression in English I would share with you. The guy is like Teflon. Do you know what Teflon is, Heidi?
No.
Teflon is that, I don't know what it is. It's
Like covering in a fry pan or something.
Exactly. Thank you.
I got it.
Right. Nothing sticks to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can cook eggs in it and it won't stick. Nothing sticks to it. So Donald Trump is like Teflon. We use this expression in English. He's like Teflon. Nothing sticks to him. Nothing is causing him any he can say any ludicrous thing whatsoever. He can say, I love Vladimir Putin. Women are asked difficult questions in an interview because they're having their menstrual cycle. What? What? He could say that the government is controlled by aliens from outer space, and people would just go along with it. I don't understand what's going on there. I really don't.
He doesn't,
All right.
doesn't have anything afraid of.
Yeah, he say anything, and he does. Saying that. Okay. Well, that's all right. So obviously, you know, this is probably the hottest topic in American politics. Do you think that Donald Trump could be, would be, will be? Is it possible for him to become president?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Why?
He doesn't have a strong background, right?
In business, he does. In politics,
Only money or something. But
yeah.
Political background is very weak compared to other candidates.
Absolutely. He literally has no political background, which is what is making him so appealing to American voters, I suppose. Okay, let me quickly welcome Keiko. Hi, Keiko.
Hey, teacher. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you as well. I'm going to come to you. We're talking about the American political elections coming up, and we're going to talk. I'll talk to you about it in a minute. First, Carolina, do you know much about what's going on in the United States with the election campaign for president?
I am not interested in politics, but I heard that Donald Trump say a lot of racist commentaries about Mexican.
Oh, yes. That's
And
another one.
yes, and also he say something about sexist comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he did. Okay. Do you have any idea what who he's battling against in the election campaign?
No, teacher, I don't
No.
have any idea.
Right. You're not too interested in politics. All right. He is one of, I believe, 17 possible candidates for president in the Republican Party. That's not even to mention the Democratic Party. Yeah. So there is a lot of possible candidates. But the only one you hear about is Trump? That's interesting. All right. You didn't hear anything about Hillary in the Democratic?
No, teacher. Right, and I also heard that he said that he is he isn't the winner. He make another party.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, you know quite a bit. Yeah. He did. He's if he doesn't get the nomination to run for president, first they have to have the chance to run for president in the Republican Party. Then he will run as an independent. That's what he said. Which his party doesn't want him to do because that will drain votes pull votes from them. Yeah. Most likely, not pull votes from the hardly. It would not pull votes from the Democratic Party. Absolutely, totally. Right. Absolutely. Well, there you go. So, what is your opinion? Do you think Donald Trump could be elected as the president? Is that possible?
I don't think so. I think that he only wants to be more popular. So I don't think that the American elect him. I can say that.
Well, okay, future. We're talking future tenses here, which is the point. I don't think, and maybe because it's hypothetical, it's a guess on your part. Maybe you would like to use the hypothetical future structure, which is would. Okay. So probably, especially since you don't know that much about it and you're guessing, all right, and you're using I think the American people would not vote for him. Would be more appropriate. Yeah. Okay. I pray. Well, okay. I'm really letting my opinion come out. I pray that you are correct. But you know, Carolina, they did vote for George Bush Jr. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay, thank you. Very good, Carolina. Let me quickly welcome Paolo to the class. Hello, Paolo. Welcome, welcome. Oh, okay. Well, all right. That's Paolo doesn't have a microphone, which is going to make it a very big challenge for you, Paolo, to because this is a conversation class. You have to do a lot of writing. I hope you can write fast. Okay. Keiko, I want to ask you about the American. Pardon me. I think I'm getting a cold. About the American election, presidential elections coming up. What do you know about it, first of all? What background do you have, if any?
Teacher, I don't know much about elections in the United States, but I think that the general opinion about Donald Trump is not good. He is seen like someone who is very controversial, who affirms prejudicial sentences against minorities, but maybe he has a part of the electorate. Maybe it would not good if he was president. Maybe he was kind of Bush father and junior.
Yeah, well, okay, speaking of the Bush family, hang on, hold that thought for just one moment. I want to speak to your sentence construction. You said it would not good. Okay, it's good that you're using would as the hypothetical, and the not, the negative, adverb not, is in the correct place. It's going to follow the modal. Cannot, would not, might not, should not. That's correct. But after any modal verb, these are called modals. Next week I'll be doing classes on modals at almost this time next week. So tune in. Little commercial there. Okay, but anyway, after the modal would not, we have to have a verb, an infinitive form of a verb. So you should say it would not be good. All right?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. All right, now, speaking as to your comment about the Bush family, you do realize that Jeb Bush, George Sr.'s son, George Jr.'s brother, is also running in the election. So far,
The dynasty.
The dynasty. Right. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, Hillary Clinton is running and is the front runner. There's a word for you. In English, we say somebody who is leading before the election, leading the polls. They do polls, lots of polls are taken. The person leading is called the front runner. So Hillary is the front runner, fairly strong front runner for the Democratic Party. We could, in theory, end up with Jeb Bush against Hillary Clinton, or Billary, as we like to call her. Okay, for the election. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Keiko, who do you think the, I want to hear you're making a guess, making a bet, making a hypothetical opinion. Who do you think would win if it was Jeb Bush versus Hillary Clinton?
I don't know about Jeff Bush. I only have heard his name, but I don't know about his experience.
Okay.
Governing or in the Congress.
Yeah, he was
Maybe.
the governor. He was the governor of Florida. That's his political background.
Yeah, about Hillary Clinton, I have heard about the polemical or the controversial use of private emails, avoiding the use of the server, the public server,
That's
to store her emails, which is suspected for the media, about the public opinion is suspect about that.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, to me, she seems she likes to be very smiling, but I think she is not so strict about having opinion, having her own opinions. I don't see her as a firm, a strong candidate, teacher.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, little feedback for the English. You suspect someone of. So Hillary is suspected of using private server or public servers for sending confidential government information. Suspected of. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hillary is basically the candidate because there is no one else for the Democrats, except there is a surprise candidate. Trump is the surprise candidate in the Republican Party, and in the Democratic Party, there's a guy named Bernie Sanders, who's actually the senator from my home state. Go Bernie! Very tiny state, state of Vermont, and Bernie. Go Bernie! Bernie is literally the only senator in the whole country, one, who's actually a socialist. He actually was not even a Republican or a Democrat, but he's now running under the Democratic ticket, and he is gaining fast on Hillary. He's gaining fast because his platform, because he does talk about, as you said, Hillary doesn't talk about actual policies. That, okay, outlining exactly what you would do for the economy, for foreign policy, for specific policies, that all together, that's called their platform. So you're right, her platform is still kind of vague. But Bernie has a very, very specific platform. And Bernie's kind of running on the, he's really going straight at big business, Wall Street, oil, military-industrial complex, the demise of the middle class. He's going right directly at it. He wants things, he's pretty radical. He wants things like free university education for Americans. He wants Wall Street transactions taxed properly. He wants to repeal the law that says corporations are people, which no Americans believe. Only the Supreme Court actually believes that one. Anyway, he's fairly radical, but he is also, like Trump, he's also radical, just the other side, you know. The radical candidates are getting a lot of publicity. Anyway, Keiko, I want to, yeah.
Okay, teacher, go ahead, please.
No, I'm about done. I just, okay, I want to hear you give a future prediction statement. Will the United States pick one of these radical candidates, or like Trump or Bernie, or will they play it safe, Jeb Bush and Hillary? What do you think?
I don't. I think. I suppose, or I guess, today the general emotional state around the country is better than 5 or 6 years ago, when one occurred the blast of the crisis. I suppose people will not elect someone who is an extremist, not to the left, nor to the left, neither to the left nor to the right. Maybe the middle, the middle positioned.
Yeah.
Clinton, I think Clinton was in the center. In the center.
He tries to be.
He was he is he is very charismatic, a very charismatic person, a very charismatic politician. I don't know very much about his liaisons, about with the industry, with the banks, the big corporations. I don't know about his liaisons.
Yeah.
But his image is a popular. He has a popular image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not him though. It's his wife. You know, it's going to be elected.
I see his wife as something like a shadow of him, not a person who has his own light. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, her own light. Yeah.
I see your point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move on and go back to Heidi here. Yeah. Who knows what'll happen? It's still very early. I personally, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these radical candidates did get in. I really wouldn't. Americans are sick to death of business as usual, and basically corporations running America. I think they're really tired of it. It would not surprise me if this groundswell of support for these fringe candidates continued as it is. It really wouldn't. Americans are kind of tired of it. They're tired of Wall Street and the 1% of rich getting everything and the people getting nothing, and just getting worse and worse and worse. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But we'll see. Time will tell. Okay. Well, when we don't know and we have no idea, there's an expression for you. Time will tell. Time will tell. Who knows? Okay. Paolo, can't really get into the conversation with you. Sorry. I don't know if you want to contribute remarks or something by typing. Go ahead. All right, we spent a lot of time on that, actually, so I'm really anxious to hear about things that you guys know about and can give an opinion about. So, Heidi, back to you. I would like you to briefly describe a controversy in Japan, in your country, or in your province or territory, or in your city. I don't, doesn't matter, really. But some...
There are a lot of controversy between Russia and South Korea and China.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, pick a controversy. Could be one just in Japan, could be international, whatever. Explain it a little bit, and then give your opinion as what you think will happen in the future.
Biggest problem is maybe Senkaku Island within China, because China want to expand their territory. So every day the Air Force come to that place. So Japanese military need to go that place to protect small island. It's not only small island. China is aiming Okinawa or another place. So if they take that island, maybe next they aim another place, like they did in the Philippines.
Yeah, and are continuing to do.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, I might add.
Yeah. And the Philippines offshore, they are constructing an airport, right?
Yes.
And a military base.
That's right.
They have a purpose because around China, their territory and the sea is very shallow. they want to put their submarine, bringing a nuclear bomb. Then they want to aim to America, United States, before United States did against Russia. United States brought nuclear bomb. Then they sank the submarine very close to Russia. So Russia aimed a lot of nuclear bomb against United States. But America aimed from the sea, depths of sea, to Russia. So they couldn't fight. It's a Cold War. China is aiming that. And around the sea, around the Philippines, quite deep, so they can sink their submarine in that place in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So the expansion of Chinese territory. So now, your opinion. What's your opinion about it in the future? What's going to happen? Are they going to?
They want to control America.
Wow. Okay, that's a big one.
Yeah. But even they are aiming with Japan Sea because they want to pass through the sea freely. And even the sea around China is very contaminated. So fishermen can't get enough fish or crab or anything. But around Japan, sea is very clean. We kept it clean. Why they are aiming to Japan Sea?
Yeah.
They contaminate by themselves around their sea line.
They find Chinese fishermen, line fishermen, net fishermen, which is illegal fishing for Americans. They can find these guys right off the 12-mile immediate controlled border. I mean, I'm talking about sea territory off the coast of the United States all the time. They're there basically illegally fishing what Americans are not allowed to do by law. They're doing all the time, right off the 12-mile coast. Really.
Several months ago, it was a little dangerous against United States. United States said something about that island and offshore of Philippines. Coral Reef, they are constructing airport.
That's
they
right.
took a picture. And American Air Force went to that place to check. At that time, it was very dangerous. Many people World War III will happen.
Yes. China is actually making islands. A coral reef which is submerged under the water. First of all, it's a beautiful natural area. Obviously, coral reefs are a precious natural resource. And they pour cement on it until it's above the water and then build an airport on it and put up military bunkers, machine guns, and so forth. Right. So it's not even, and then they say, this is our island, stay away. You can't fly over it. It's not even an island. It's a man-made island. Whatever.
Several weeks ago, they started a tour surrounding around that island or some place.
Okay.
It means many Chinese people are wandering that sea line. So it means that this is our territory.
Yeah.
Having demonstration.
Yes. As a matter of fact, today, right before class, this morning, Heidi, there was a Chinese Army recruitment film released yesterday. And this film, a section of this recruitment film, I don't know, it's a 10-minute recruitment film or something, to get people to join the Army. It claims that China, we will do anything to protect our 9 million square kilometers of ocean territory. That would include Japanese territory, all of the South China Sea, absolutely the entire thing, not to mention going out towards Guam and even like the Indian Ocean. They literally, but unlike the United States, which lets free navigation happen anywhere behind the 12 miles outside the United States border, China wants
Yes.
to make it, you can't. So,
We can fight with other countries because of constitution now. So we can't fight. But
well, there
instead,
you go.
Japanese government donated a lot of sea. Do you know that?
Hmm.
And the ships, a lot of ships, 10 or 15 ships.
Okay.
Yeah, donated a lot of ships to Philippines or Indonesia or some countries.
Ah, yes. Right. I had heard that.
Mhm.
That Japan was donating some ships to, at least to the Philippines. I heard about that. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
No
You
problem.
really need it. Sure. Right. So, okay. Again, the class is about making predictions. What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Maybe if the government in the United States changes, that the third world war would happen.
Ouch. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. All right. Using maybe to talk about the future. That's good. Maybe if the United States. What did you say?
Now Obama is a very quiet person. He hates fighting with other countries, but
Yes.
maybe other Junior Bush or someone Trump.
Yeah.
Trump want to fight with China.
Agree. I think this is one point. China pushing, and Russia pushing. They're actually pushing the American people to vote for somebody who's going to push back. Because I think you could find that most American people, a huge number, think that Barack Obama is far too giving, lenient, passive, unaggressive, however you want to say it. So I think you may have a very strong point there. I think it will directly affect the American elections, and they're going to elect somebody who's going to push back, I think. As a direct result of all that aggression. Okay, let me go over to Keiko. Keiko, talk to me about a controversy in your country, or any controversy of your choice, controversial current events type things. Give me a little background and then tell me what you think is going to happen. What's your prediction? What would you like to talk about? Something in Brazil? Something in the world? What?
Teacher, in Brazil nowadays, the most controversial subject is a political one. We have a president called Dilma, who was elected in second term in October. Last October, and assumed his second term in January the 1st. He proposed as a candidate a lot of changes, good changes in favor of the people, but after assuming she's not accomplished anything on the contrary, he is executing all the contrary of what she had proposed. For example, she has been increasing taxes. The unemployment is skyrocketing. The inflation is increasing. The investments are down. And the general emotional state of the people is unhappy. People are unhappy about her. Her popularity decreased from maybe 60.5% on the later 2014 to 7% on the last month.
6 or 7% total approval ratings?
Yeah. Of considering people who judge her government as good or good or optimal or great. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those are called approval ratings.
Approval ratings. Yeah.
Yeah.
70.1% consider her as bad or regular.
Okay. There you go. Okay, I see. Okay, so how long is her term?
4 years.
4 years. So you got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
So you got a long ways to go. And you got a lot of
people. Many people are asking for her impeachment.
Yeah, but I suppose you have to have a legal reason for her impeachment. Which Which maybe isn't there some kind of big scandal with Petrobras?
Yes, it is true. It is true. It is the I think it is one of the biggest scandal cases around the world, all over the time. Unfortunately, and her party, called Working Party, is fully involved in it.
Yeah. They have, I'll give you an expression, they have their fingers in the pie. That's an expression. Fingers in the pie.
The pie,
it exactly describes like when a government, different members of the government are kind of caught. Oh, that he was taking money, she was taking money. All right. It's exactly the idea that government officials are taking kickbacks, graft. There's corruption.
Yeah. Some of the main leaders of her party are jailed.
Okay. Present perfect tense. Have been jailed.
Have been jailed. Have been jailed. Teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now I want to ask you about the future, but before think about that, formulate that. Before I do, a little bit of feedback. She was elected in a second term. She was elected for a second term.
She was elected for a second term.
Yeah. And on January 1st, not in January 1st. We use on for days of the week or dates. Always on.
Yeah.
Has to be. Right.
She assumed her second term on January.
On January. In January. Okay. If you're using a month, in January. But if you're saying a day, on January 1st.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
On January 1st or in January.
That's it. Okay, she's executing on the contrary of what she proposed. Maybe a better way to say that, she's executing is okay. She's executing the opposite. Just say the opposite, or in English sometimes we say exactly the opposite to exaggerate it, emphasize it. Exactly the opposite of what she said she was going to do. Yeah. How politician-like is that? Okay. I think he said all over the time, but it's just all the time is the expression. But okay, so what is going to happen? I mean, there are some flashpoints coming up. The Olympics, for example. There's some things that are going to cause even more controversy. I would call them possible or potential flashpoints. So what's going to happen, Keiko, in Brazil? What do you think? More protests? A movement to have her impeached? What do you think will happen in the future?
The city is preparing to receive the Olympics.
Yeah.
Teacher, they are building some projects, infrastructural projects like stadiums, like local to practice the games. Some transportation projects like new lines of new subway lines. But in general, people here are dubious about doubtful about. They are not so involved. After Brazil losing to Germany 7-1 on the soccer championship, world championship here in Brazil, people are not happy about that.
Yeah. Okay. Dubious. People are dubious. Okay, but,
yeah.
Okay, but I need that prediction. Future. What will happen?
What will happen?
Yeah. Give me some kind of prediction about Brazil's
I hope it will be a peaceful event with the participation of a lot of countries. I hope Rio de Janeiro will receive all the visitors well, and they will be feel well here, because the city is very beautiful. There is a part of the city that is very beautiful. There are a lot of beaches, many tourist sites to visit, and I hope it will be a good how can I say, A good moment, international moment.
Okay. You hope so.
Sorry, because I didn't use a lot of verbs in the infinitive.
Okay.
It was poor on my part.
Well, I wanted to practice the making prediction structures. Well, at least you had, I hope this will happen. Okay. I think I wanted to get into, yes, using modals, possibly, or adverbs, possibly, probably, and modals, might, or maybe even expressing things. I'm 90% sure. I think there's a 90% chance, a 50% chance. It's 50-50. This is kind of the structures I wanted to get into. Okay, you said that you hope people feel well, maybe feel welcome is a common phrase. I hope people feel welcome. Might be better.
I hope people feel welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm just curious if there's going to be a lot more protests when this happens. We'll see.
Maybe
Okay.
there is a big popular protest scheduled for next Sunday here.
Is there?
Against our president.
Boy. I would not want to be her. Okay. Well, it's a long time to go still. Okay, let me bring it back over to Heidi. Let's talk about a more general world-involving topic in the last 10 minutes or so. Heidi, the environment. Okay, pollution, carbon emissions.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Is the world ever going to get its act together?
Japan closed all nuclear generation system plant.
I heard they just started one.
After and the Fukushima generation explosion, then the government closed all nuclear generation system. But 2 days ago, only one restarted.
Right.
And today they are distributing the electricity to each home. Today it started.
Just today. Okay. Interesting.
Then people disagree with that. There are many protestants.
Really?
But I agree with the restart. The government should have restarted earlier time. At first, the government is different from now. The different party was governing at that time. Then they are afraid of the nuclear bomb, the nuclear generation. Then they stopped. If the previous the party had been governing that time, maybe they wouldn't have stopped all the nuclear because it is not related.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's an area of controversy in and of itself, nuclear power. I mean, in my mind, it's paramount to make sure it's safe. For example, you just cannot have a nuclear plant in near an earthquake fault. You just can't.
But from nuclear generation system, they don't have any emission, CO2 emission. It's very clean. The concept is very
I agree with you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the protester said after stopping the old generation system, we didn't increase the exporting the fossil fuel. But actually, Japan is now changing the energy. Now, Toyota or Honda is selling hybrid cars. After that incident, then many gas stations was clothing because they can't sell enough gas. So around my house, there were a lot of gas stations. Almost all gas stations closed because people don't need to charge the gas so much. The general engine can run 10 kilometers per liter. But now, hybrid car can run 30 kilometers, 3 times longer. So they are saying we didn't change the importing the gas. It's kind of magic.
It's not magic, it's science.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I see your point. No, yeah, my personal opinion, I agree with you. I think technology, you know, if you'd asked me 30 years ago about nuclear power, I would have been against it. Then Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, these things were fresh in my mind. And I knew that the technology was not safe enough. It wasn't, obviously, mistakes could be made.
Yes, yes.
But now I think it's different. I think technology's come a long way.
Ancient people got fire. After that, they had a lot of accidents with fire. But finally, they can manage the fire nowadays. But still, sometimes we have accidents. The nuclear power is the same. Maybe in the future, we can develop that nuclear power, like every family has such nuclear power generation.
Fusion, cold fusion. That would be even better.
Yes, much better.
Yeah.
So scientists always study about that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't stop development.
Right. One of the big American companies, McDonnell Douglas or Dynatech or Boeing, I forgot which company it is. It's just not in my head. They were claiming that they made some major breakthroughs, but this is like 6 months ago, and I haven't heard a thing since. Who knows? I don't know what that was. Maybe okay. So the big question, will the world move away from fossil fuels eventually?
Yeah, I think so. I mentioned that hybrid cars had a very good sale, even in America or other countries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then next to the hydrogen car, they don't use any fossil fuel in the future. Only hydrogen came from water.
And then I think it's got to happen sooner or later. There's only so much oil where it runs out in 10 years or 1,000 years. It's got to happen eventually.
Even the nuclear fusion generation system, they can use the hydrogen.
Yeah, right.
Not uranium.
And then I have to wonder what's going to happen to countries like Saudi Arabia and Russia and Venezuela.
Russia, they bankrupt their economy.
That's all they got, you know.
Because they enjoyed their life for a year.
Yeah. Tough luck for you. Better diversify now. Okay, we've only got a minute. So, Keiko, real quick, in your opinion, will the world move away from fossil fuels?
Yes, teacher. Maybe not totally, but in great part, in big part, I think the world will move away from fossil fuels because solar energy, for example, are very promising, and it's a renewable source of energy. Wave energy of the seas, for example, are renewable. Here in Brazil, we have a big potential to explore renewable sources of energy.
Yeah.
We have an energy matrix based mainly on water generation, electrical
Yeah.
water generation.
Hydroelectric.
Hydroelectrical.
That's it. Hydroelectric. Oh.
Hydroelectric generation.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt you because my time is up and I've got to start another class. I mean, we could talk all day long, but really we can't because I've got another class coming up. But thank you very much, Heidi, Keiko. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, teacher. Bye. Take care.